Yo, what's goody? What's goody? Yo, my bad for the tardiness and all that shit. Uh, my damn Sling is acting up. See, I paid for the streaming service Sling, and I don't know what is wrong with it. Like it's been acting up. So first I was in the living room. It was acting up in the living room, and I was like, all right, let me just go in my room, in the master bedroom, the bedroom for the masters. And it was acting up in there too. I don't know, but we'll see, man. Hopefully, it will stop acting up because it just keeps, I keep losing the stream. But everybody, pull back, come back, come back. I'm here. We here. FTR's here. I heard this dude is here. This dude Rusev Miro. He's here. He came back. I heard. What else I miss? Oh God, JEFF. Jeff Jarrett is coming out with Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt and that tall Indian dude that's just like, why is he even around? Does he even do anything anymore? He's just there to be there. Just an extra mouth to feed for nothing. Shouldn't he be like the muscle or something? And whatever. That's right. You heard what Black Star said. Run up them likes, your bums. Don't be a twerp. Time to open up the floodgates. Like I was saying, like hopefully my sling will stop acting up. So far, so good. Like what else I missed? I heard that Mero came back. What else I missed tonight? Like it started my sling started messing up when these dudes was about to fight for the Ring of Honor tag team belts, which confuses me because I don't understand why in the hell is Ring of Honor belt still on AEW. Why this dude came out with a can of beer with all them cups? I see you on Black Star. That all of them supposed to share that one can of beer. Yo,
What's goody?
I can't complain. Well, I guess I can complain because my sling. I don't know if you know about the streaming service sling. It's been acting up. That's why I came up. I pulled up a little late.
Are you
But
serious?
yeah, it's been It's like every time like I lose like streaming service, every 5 minutes it'll just cut off. So like so far so good for right now. Hopefully it stays that way. But other than that,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, hopefully it stays on.
Yeah. What about you though? How you feeling? How was your day?
It's all good, all things standing.
Okay. Maybe spread the word that we here now. Oh, y'all wasting beer?
Ooh, shit!
Blasphemy. Y'all wasting burr.
What a power driver!
Oh yeah, you ahead of me. You're like 5 seconds ahead of me. Shit,
Besides just
about
now.
time. Normally, I'll be the one that's way ahead. This dude, Jeff Jarrett, he ain't low. Jeff Jarrett wearing all black because he know he fat.
Why is this idiot still broadcasting?
Huh?
Why is that? Why is this idiot still broadcasting?
Who Excalibur?
Yeah,
That's the voice of AEW. That's their Michael Cole, so to speak.
he shouldn't be. What the hell happened to Adam Cole?
He's in the rivalry with one of the top stars of AEW. He's he's doing
Yeah, but
something.
it's so damn lackluster.
You think so? Nah, I'm liking it. The whole him wearing the Britt Baker shirt antagonizing Adam Cole. Let's just see what else they do. I'm not really
He's not.
interested in seeing the match. I think this dude Chris Jericho, like he's just too slow in the ring nowadays.
Cole's not a good enough face. Like he
Don't
doesn't
do,
know how to
don't
play a
do that.
face.
You bugging? Don't do that. Adam Cole could do whatever. He could be a face, a heel. He's a superstar. Damn it.
Uh, it's like I just don't like his facial reactions. No offense.
Really? So
Huh?
now Jericho's suing Adam Cole. He got an order of protection on Adam Cole. Oh God! So what? They're gonna serve Roderick Strong his first loss in his first match.
That's not gonna take long.
Like dag, like you already got him jobbing out. My goodness, Tony Khan, like you just like we
It's
all
literally
know,
impossible. Like it's
we all know this
impossible to
dude
fuck up.
Roddy is now beating no Jericho.
Like it's impossible to fuck up Roger Strong. It's impossible to fuck up Jay White in some ways of how he's doing it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like you give Jay
Appreciate
White
that
bullet.
like, Carlton. Appreciate that like.
Like you give Jay White Bullet Club. Why? Just why?
Like that's what I'm saying too. Like, do we really need another faction? Everybody's in a faction in this damn place.
Just why? It's not even a faction. It's just him and Juice Rock. Why?
Now they're gonna build. I know they're gonna get some more people on there. Maybe a Japanese
Like
person. I don't
who?
know.
Like please, for the love of God, don't bring back the Good Brothers.
This is so sad. Everybody lawyering up. What are we doing here? Jericho lawyering up. Roderick Strong lawyering up. We're gonna have a lawyer on a pole match.
I'll actually watch that.
Oh my god.
Okay, because King moron.
Mm-mm-mm. You guys said
Hey,
what?
Thunder Rosa's back. You better get in a couple seconds.
Oh, she had the Thunder Rosa. I heard she had to go away to get some more surgery. Like, damn.
She wants to
Like, you gotta
retire.
get.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, because it's like that. You just got hurt. You came back and you got hurt before you even got back in the ring. Yeah, you need to wrap it up.
Which is sad. I mean, like she was just getting going.
Well, I'm glad you are here, Marcus. What's up? What's going on? Thanks for being here. You know what I'm saying? It should be a monumental night with Mox and this dude, Omega.
Like
We know
Mox
we're
is in
gonna
the
see,
lead.
we know we're definitely gonna see a lot of blood tonight.
Mox is giving out more blood than the Red Cross.
They should. They might end up giving them the last half hour of the night.
Yeah, which means it's definitely going to be blood.
And who would that be, Marcus? Who would Kevin Nash want to face if he was still wrestling? I wouldn't even want to be interested to see it. I don't care who he's wrestling. I don't want to see it. Like I'm over. Like let me see. Oh God, Roman
He's nowhere near
Reigns.
healthy. Oh, geez.
No, he said if he was still wrestling. Who the hell? And nobody would want to see that, sir. I see you, Tony. Nobody would want to see that. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Nash.
Priest and Reigns would be good.
Damian Priest
Priest
and
and Reigns
Roman
would be
Reigns.
great.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
looks
Yeah.
like everybody's returning to work today. Miro's coming back to work. Rose is coming back to work. How much you want to bet the show ends with Punk coming back to work too?
Hmm. Yeah, gotta be putting all hands on deck for Wembley, man. Miro ain't low. He see these dudes is getting all those tickets sold before they even announcing the card. Miro like, nah, let me get some of this money. I'm ready to come back to work. I bet, motherfucker.
It's
So
impressive
today's
that what's impressive
go ahead.
being like I'm not going to hold him for that.
Say that one more time.
It's a good job. I said it's a good job that they sold out Wembley. I'm not going to hold him for that.
Yeah, I definitely gotta congratulate TK for that.
I
That's
just find the
moves.
capping on social media just funny as hell. Like so many people are just they're so salty. Like, why are you mad? This is a good thing, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing for wrestling. Like I don't understand when people will say they want AEW to fail. Nah, that's the last thing we need, and then we'll be stuck with just WWE again. Hell no.
All right.
So you told them
Yeah,
that Lana was
But Dave,
backstage at Backlash. Yeah, it makes
Lana
sense
was in the
because,
crowd. Lana was in the crowd.
and it makes sense because I seen she was chilling on the beach with Damian Priest. There was photos of chilling with Damian Priest. And everybody was
that would
like,
make
"Oh,
sense.
look at Lana! Look at that slut Lana!
Her
Like, why
Priest would
she
make
gotta be a
sense.
slut? So she can't chill with no other dudes other than her husband? Nah,
Rusev did kind of. He said like,
nah.
oh, well, I thought
Fucking
she didn't
Britt
want me to
Baker
watch
be
Lashley.
looking. Now Britt Baker be looking iffy. She be all cheek and cheek with Shivani and all that. Now that's iffy as hell. Like they be a little bit too close. Sam, I think Mero is just gonna
Yeah, kind
work
of
through
sucks.
his contract and come back to WWE. He'll be a damn fool too. He needs to stay where he's at because Tony Khan treated him like a legitimate monster. He's the one that actually had brung prestige to the
With
TNT
all that
belt.
stop and stop booking or stop and start booking, that
Ah, welcome back,
all
Ballet
that stop and
Dancer.
start
Appreciate you
booking
coming back. Appreciate that.
is kind of
Yo, this
oh
dude
look at
Tony
Jade.
Khan, his shape up be killing me. Like if you don't cut that possum off of your eyebrow,
So basically, just
More than
confirmed
a
Punk's
positive.
coming back. Yep.
Say what?
See, basically just confirmed Punk's coming back, pretty much. Yeah.
oh, so y'all, damn, y'all ahead of me. I'm still on
Yeah,
the
TK
2K
just
promo.
yeah TK just made none of his
They got a $1 billion
announcements.
contract.
Mm-hmm.
Who got $1 billion contract?
AEW did.
AEW. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, y'all like 5 seconds ahead of me. Like I was telling I was saying from before, you had pulled up, so that I don't know if you know about that streaming service Sling. Like mine was acting up. That's why you
Oh,
know.
okay.
Yeah, I started the show a little late because like I would have like the stream for like 5 minutes and then it would just go off, and then I'll try to put it on again. It'll be over 5 minutes and then it'll go off again. But so far so good right now.
Okie dokies.
When NBC buys rest of SmackDown, it's probably going to be upwards of 2 billion, maybe a billion.
I agree.
And
Huh?
speaking of Sling, the reason why I buy Sling is because I don't want to get like full fledged cable. Like cable is old school. Like I don't need all them channels.
Yeah, a lot of people now don't really get cable anymore. They just, get the streaming. They had like, they'll get like basic stuff and then they'll just like get their streaming service of their preference to watch what they want, really.
Right.
Daniel
This
Garcia
should
got
be a
that
good
Backstreet Boys
match.
dance going on.
This should be a good match right here with Freshly Squeezed and Danny Garcia should never dance like that. What the now you a mamba? You a mambo dancer now? What the hell was that?
So basically, the
He's the Backstreet
plan right
Boys.
now, uh, the, so basically the plan right now, as I understand it, is they're going to debut this Saturday show. That's going to most likely be the announcement next week. So, all right, because they killed off Dark and they killed off Dark Elevation. So Dynamite is going to be like their Raw. This Saturday show, whatever the hell it's going to be called, that's going to be their
Collision? This is
SmackDown.
supposed to be collision?
Yeah, right,
Oh,
right,
Collision.
yeah. Dynamite's going to be their Raw. Collision's going to be their SmackDown. And Rampage is going to be slowly transitioned into like their C show. Well, really, it already is, but Rampage is going to be their show for like, you know how like remember shows back in the day like
Like velocity.
Superstars, Saturday, right, right. So it's going to be like all the open cart people and squash matches and stuff, which it's already that anyway. So that's the plan. Oh yeah, and it'll
Please,
be a
yo,
2 hour
Marcus, you
show.
gotta stop that, my dude. Like we got tough skin over here.
Oh,
Man.
it's all good, dude. No, there's no
Yeah.
problem.
But why put it on Saturday though?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Why put it
that's
on
not
Saturday?
that's a death spot
That's
to
the
me. Like,
question.
come on, it's about to be the summertime. Ain't nobody trying to stay home to be watching on damn wrestling. People's gonna want to go out, go to events, go to bars, link up with family,
It's in the fall. That's
friends,
pure death.
sluts.
I think it would be cool if they could get the 6:05 spot like how Saturday night used to be, but word is it'll be from 8 to 10. So,
Miro wasn't booked that
That's
great.
pure
The man
death.
been missing over a year. He was treated better at WWE. Miro never gonna be a top star at AEW. That's not gonna happen. TK loves all his cruiserweights.
I disagree with that, bro. They
Yeah,
booked Miro
I
pretty
disagree
strong.
too. He at first, yeah, he looked like what the fuck is TK doing with Miro? Because he
Hmm.
was with this dude with the whole video game bullshit.
Yeah, Kip Sabian, right? But
Yeah,
then
Kip Sabian.
when
Yeah,
he
but when he left Kip Sabian, he turned into a killer.
right, he only lost twice. I remember that he lost to Sammy
Like I like that Redeemer. That Redeemer.
That
yeah, it was
Redeemer,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
give me that
that
like
was like
that
his
God of
best.
War type vibe.
Yeah, that was his best work.
Which one y'all think is better? You in the chat also, guys. The Redeemer gimmick or Rusev Day?
Redeemer easily. Rusev was comedy, and
No, I mean
Rusev Day is
Rusev
cool.
Day. Rusev, not
Yeah,
Rusev, Rusev Day. Yeah.
as cool as Rusev Day was, it
That
wasn't
Russian
going to go
tank.
anywhere. They didn't have plans for it.
That Russian tank was
So,
something. That Russian tank was something special.
hmm
You mean US champion Rusev.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess this dude. I guess can't be too mad at Danny Garcia. He's trying to have some type of character with I guess he's a salsa
Yeah.
dancer now.
He's
He's
a Backstreet Boy. That's what he is.
Fandango now.
He's the fifth member of the Backstreet Boys. Come on, now. The women in AEW, that's pure death.
I have to get my charger. Hold on. I have to get my charger.
Yeah, he's got the Chippendale pants.
I'm telling you, it's like he's slowly morphing into what was it dudes these dudes' names? The heartthrobs.
I was thinking 3 count from WCW.
Or
That was a
Alex
funny
Wright.
dude. Das Wonder Kid.
Like Alex Wright was funny.
Yeah, he was great.
The one that
Dude,
kid, but
I still got, I still got the
promise
theme stuck in my head. Dun, 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 dun.
I bring
He's
you
still
the
in great
victory.
shape too.
I promise. Like I heard he has wrestling school now in Germany.
Well,
Yeah, he
I don't
does.
know about that, Marcus. I don't know because that like I'm still a busy guy, and plus,
Nah,
and when you know what I'm saying, I'll be live when NXT is on. We're live during that time. Like if you want to give us
It's
updates
like
in
a
the
finisher,
chat, you
so
can do
yeah.
that. He's really trying to get that
Like
dancing
when it
gimmick
finishes.
over, huh?
He's trying to.
Maybe he should have came out with Enrique Iglesias or something like that
he
instead of
should.
coming out
I mean,
with
it's
West
different.
Side
You know,
Gun.
it's different. It has some personality.
I
He
would
just has
straight
to
up
be careful
laugh.
because
Yeah, I can't
if he
be
do,
too mad. Yeah,
okay.
I
He
don't
just has to
think.
be careful because if he
I
does
don't,
that, he'll be seen as a comedy wrestler.
yeah, like yeah. Marcus Brown is not liking that. He said he needs to
It's already too
stop
late for that.
it. Hey, he's trying to find himself. Can't be too mad, but I don't know.
It's already far too late for that. He's a comedy. He's a comedy wrestler. Taking him
Oh,
seriously with
definitely.
the
Rusev
JAS.
Day was over as fuck,
That's
and Vince didn't like that. That wasn't part of the plan, pal.
But I think that you can probably get yourself over under Triple H, and it'll probably still roll.
WWE been posted matches with Redbeard and Luke Harper. They posted the Eric Rowan and Roman Reigns match, which Roman is the second to last person to pin Reigns. And what is that supposed to mean? They're gonna bring Eric Rowan to fight Roman Reigns? They better fucking not. Ain't nobody trying to see no bullshit like that.
But what I've
Actually,
heard
the
is that
last person that
the three people is
that
going to
pinned
be
Roman was Lashley.
like the three people is supposed to be Cross, Lashley, and Styles.
The thing that killed me is that if y'all was trying to protect Cross for not like, cause they didn't want to put him against Roman, I guess to protect him, cause Roman was gonna have to beat Cross, and they had to make Cross look strong. Why didn't they just have Cross look strong? You had this dude struggling against Drew McIntyre.
But they
It's
weren't
like
going to do that
WWE
match
always
anyway.
book themselves in the corners because they couldn't have Cross just obliterate Drew McIntyre because Drew McIntyre was deserved of a win. What may have you? Like they couldn't find nobody else for carrying Cross to kill.
He could have killed Rey Mysterio. It's
Well, it
kind of
makes
Well,
damage
sense
the championship
anyway.
belts right there.
So
they eventually went that way, but by that time it was already too late. He was already damaged goods.
I'll tell you somebody else they're dropping the ball with too, and I'm not even that crazy about him. They dropped the ball with Theory. He beat
Yeah,
Cena at
it's not looking good for
WrestleMania.
Theory. It's not.
Yeah, he beat Cena at WrestleMania, and he doesn't feel any more special at all. He just feels like another guy. Every
If
time he
anything,
has his
it's
US,
getting worse.
right?
I
He
think
kind of
I
yeah,
think
yes, because
Cena.
Cena kind of proved his point basically. And every time he has a U.S. title match, it's
But he's not ready.
But it's these dudes too because we're tired of seeing this dude in the ring with Bobby Lashley. He needs fresh opponents. Maybe he could find himself, you know what I'm saying, in the
Theory's
meantime
not
with some
hungry.
new opponents.
If Theory's not hungry, Saturday proved that Priest is hungry.
And Drew McIntyre ain't going nowhere. He know where his bread is buttered. They basically gonna repackage him into a killer on Raw because he's going to Raw, right?
Yeah, he has till February of next year to resign.
He's gonna resign. They're just gonna turn him into the Scottish psychopath.
Yeah, then book him. Then book him
We
to the
lost
moon.
Toph. You already know to hit that link, Toph, when I'm gonna pull back up.
I don't like Orange Cassidy. Am I
I like
wrong for not liking
Cassidy.
him?
Well, it's your opinion. You don't have
And am I
to. You
wrong
don't have
though?
to like him if you don't want to. I like Cassidy though. Dynasty, what's going on?
Like he's just
He just needs new opponents because that chamber match was good as fuck, and he's on SmackDown. What if Eric Roman and Luke Harper beat the Usos in 2014? I, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember that rivalry. Tell you the truth. Well, when they was the Bludgeon Brothers,
did they face the Usos?
I'm not too sure. But these two was going at it. The story of the match. This dude, Garcia, is working on Orange Cassidy's right arm.
Finally, finally somebody's selling. Okay, good. He's selling.
Look like he's working on the left leg also. Garcia's on his surgical shit. Maddie's catching him with the mock kicks. He's doing it to Cassidy, giving him a taste of his own medicine. How
They're gonna sit in a couple of seconds.
that was like a spike
Gotta be careful
travel.
with that. Spectre.
Damn.
This is the first match I've seen somebody selling in AEW. Like actually building a match.
He said, yeah, Eric Rowan and the Usos did fight for the tag team championships as the Usos and Cena was in rivalry with the Wyatt family. I can't believe y'all don't remember this. Man, look, there's a lot of stuff I don't remember in wrestling, but there's also a lot of stuff I do remember.
2010 was a blur to me.
We said the Usos as Cena was in a rivalry with the Wyatt family. I definitely don't remember that. I don't remember Cena being with the Usos.
Like, the only thing that I remember about 2010s with the CM Punk was the summer of Punk. That's just about it.
Nah, he said 2014.
Yeah, that was part of the 2010s.
Um,
No, wait, was it? No, it wasn't.
no. He said 2014.
Okay, okay.
Oh wow, how wow. He got him in the crippled crossface and he's stomping on his hand. That's creative.
Yeah, see, that was actually a good match.
Orange
You guys
Cassidy
seen a few
always put on
segments.
good matches. That's why I like the dude, man. He's a workhorse. He's bringing prestige to that belt. He's fighting, and he has a
Like,
character.
the
And
thing about an
I like the
AEW
fact that he
match that
puts
I
the
don't
title in his book bag.
like the thing about an AEW match that I don't like is the non-selling. Somebody actually sold. They actually gave a shit.
If Cesaro would have won the belt, who knows? He probably would have stayed in WWE because we all seen Cesaro as a champion. He could have won the belt.
They could
For
have
him not to
because
win the
Brock
belt
saved his
once,
life.
like I understand not him not being a multiple champion. I understand that, but damn, at least once.
Cesaro never. Cesaro was never a good promo. That's the reason why he was never heavyweight champion.
And that's the thing that I don't understand. It's like there's a lot of motherfuckers that can't cut a good promo. Bianca Belair can't cut a good promo. She's bland as hell, but she's
Bianca
about to
cuts
be the
solid
longest reigning
promos.
women's champion.
Like, she doesn't suck.
She don't, but her mic game is trash. She's very very fucking basic.
I'm sorry about that. Computer issues.
It's all good. I definitely feel your pain.
Not a problem.
She
Oh
can
my
cut a
boy,
promo.
Christian Cage.
She can cut a. If you talk about Bianca, she can cut a promo. The problem is that we never did we ever talk about that lawsuit on the show.
Yeah.
What lawsuit?
She can she can cut a promo. The problem is like the stuff they write for her. They write her to say generic black woman shit, and she doesn't like it. So
But
She
she
knows
was
her
doing
worth.
more of that in NXT though, where she
apparently it
would
goes
like
as
clap her hands.
apparently it goes as far back as that. Because that lady that has the lawsuit out said that the writers gave her a sheet of something to say, and she says she didn't want to say it, and they gave it to her anyway.
Yeah, she said it like 3 times. She told her like 3 times, and it's like it's
They gave
it's,
her
it's
multiple.
fucking ridiculous. Like if she's telling you, constantly telling you, like, look, I don't want to say that. Why do you keep forcing her to talk like that? WWE is some
They
weird
gave her multiple
individuals,
full reign
boy.
at NXT though. Like, they gave her more room to operate in NXT.
Why this dude Luchasaurus coming out like the third member of Legion of Doom or something?
Oh God, he sucks.
You don't like Luchasaurus? I
Christian
thought they
doesn't
could
suck.
have made some big
Luchasaurus
money with
sucks.
Luchasaurus when he first came around. They could have sold those masks to kids and stuff like that. Like kids love
Yeah, but they managed
dinosaurs.
to fuck him. They managed to fuck him over in such ways to see it pornographic.
Notice the crowd booing, but you can tell it's actual boos, not that piped in shit.
Oh right, yeah. And we all know Christian is a legitimate heat magnet.
He's the best heel in AEW.
Better than MJF?
Oh, Christian's always been a great heel.
Yeah, better than MJF.
Wow. What
Like
you think
MJF
about
does the
that,
same
so?
generic shit.
Well, he is the captain. My captain, my captain.
Like MJF does the same generic shit.
Yeah, he does it like the Road Warriors. It kind of sunk in now. This is basically an Attitude Era segment right here.
But it looks like he's heading back to WWE to finish off with Edge one last time.
Damn, that was pretty low, Christian. Didn't Arn Anderson, one of his sons, pass or some shit like that?
I have no idea.
What?
Oh, it could be bugging. Because you said Arn Anderson was looking for a new son.
I know Arn and Ric Flair aren't close anymore. When Rick's
Who did Ric
Because
son
Flair?
Ric
died,
Flair. Go
yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
when Rick's son died, apparently Arn never checked on him. He didn't go to the funeral either.
Damn,
Oh, that's
that's
fucked
pretty
up.
fucked up.
That's fucked
What's
up.
that about? Because even if, damn, I don't know, like, what did Ric Flair do to rub him the wrong way? Because you know, there's Ric Flair we're talking about. Like,
That's true.
I understand that it's messed up that he ain't go, pay his respects or whatever, but probably doesn't want to be around this dude. He probably mourned in his own way, and he probably would have showed up. Probably would have showed up in the funeral, and it would have been a altercation or whatever.
Like quick, funny Ric Flair story. Like there was this segment on Nitro where Bobby Heenan was talking about managing the Horsemen in a tag team match against Mongo and Kevin Green. And then
Kevin
he walks
Green.
up to Flair and said, "Hey, I'm gonna have to turn you down." Flair looks side to side that woman, Miss Elizabeth. Oh, about the girls. I'm sorry. It's like
Oh
like
shit! I see that
Flair
ball
legit
spot,
makes me laugh.
Christian.
Huh?
Now, just
Uh,
saying, I see Christian's ball spot is appearing.
Got the
Marcus Brown.
John
If
Cena going on.
Daniel Bryan doesn't relinquish the title, then Brock kills him and not Cena, and fans would have been pissed off about it. So him giving up the
Yeah,
belt actually worked out in the end.
we all know that was the end game. We all know that was the end game. Like, was Brock was coming back? You already know he's going to put the belt on that dude.
Mm.
Like you knew Brock was gonna kill someone. Someone was gonna die. So, right now he's in the process of killing Cody.
See, now I like this right here. Even though I'm not a big fan of Darby Allin, I like what they're doing. Like, they showing a vignette of him, basically trying to get people more invested in his character, like how he's a daredevil, skateboarder, he does his own stunts with the four wheeler, whatever. I like that.
Yeah, man,
You know
all
what I'm
hands on
saying?
deck. They gotta get ready for Wembley. They gotta start pushing these characters, start pushing more tickets. Let's get it.
Yeah, and it's smart. I'm glad Tony Khan is listening. Like, you can't just put on match after match after match after match and expect people to know who these
But they're
people are, and then
sacrificing.
when
But
people
they're
ask,
sacrificing
like,
Double
"Oh,
or
who's this
Nothing.
person? Or what's going on here? What's going on there?" Oh, you gotta watch Dark. Everybody don't have time to be doing all that.
Well, that won't be a problem now.
We gotta watch Dark. You gotta watch Being the Elite. Like, no. Why you just can't tell me?
They're sacrificing Double or Nothing though.
That's like if you go in a restaurant and you be like, yeah, let me get a spaghetti and meatballs. And the waiter tell you, why don't you go make it yourself? What the fuck?
Then I'm gonna say
I'm the
fuck you.
consumer.
Then I'll say fuck you. Fuck you. I'm going somewhere else. Julie Hart's getting sexy.
Hey yo. Came out of nowhere and cracked this bitch in her back.
Yo, these chicks look like Dana off of fucking Ghostbusters. There is no Dana, only Zool.
Zool, motherfucker. Zool.
That'd be a cool wrestling gimmick, Zool. Don't know how it worked though.
You notice like these
David can play Zool.
these chicks, these wrestling chicks be thinking they so slick. You notice how they be wearing that shit underneath their ass cheeks now to make their ass look more plump.
Every girl does that, bro.
They do it a lot now lately though. Because they know sex sells. No damn well their wrestling isn't selling.
There is no Dana, only Zool. Hey, you seen those documentaries Impact has been doing lately? Pretty interesting.
Oh nah.
Yeah, they
Said
got these
Impact.
things on their YouTube channel called Diaries. Pretty interesting. It's the character
Oh, that's
just
good. I'll
breaking
check
tape.
that out.
Yeah, well, I posted one the other day. The one I saw was Rosemary. It was like 30 minutes. It was interesting
Oh
seeing
yeah, I saw
Rosemary
that.
talk as
That was a
herself.
good one.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what it's all about. It's all about character development, man. Like, yeah, matches gotta be good too. But that's just only a part of the sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have everything. You gotta have the turkey, the cheese, and the bread. You can't just have the bread. You gotta develop. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta develop the characters and develop the story. Then you get to the match. That's how we end up giving a fuck. That's why
Fact.
people are sitting here. That's why people are sitting here confused with Cody and Brock. There's no story. Like, why is this dude Brock going ham on Cody? What is going on here? Why are you so
But
mad, sir?
stuff like that is how you can tell Vince is running things because whether you
Mm-hmm.
like Triple H's booking or not, when Triple H was in charge for those 8, 9 months, I mean, we can
But
criticize the booking, but
but
everything
Brock
under
but
Triple
Brock
H's
did do a
regime
scary.
made sense.
That's for you right there. So,
Perfect sense.
What was that?
what Marcus Brown has said. You can see it.
Yeah.
Well, I read it real quick. I gotta go put my chicken away because I just cleaned some chicken and I
Says
put it away real
Brock still
quick.
destroys Cena at SummerSlam, but no title on the line as Brock would face Danielson. No, it wouldn't happen at WrestleMania. Danielson wasn't going to be champion that long, bro. No, no. If Danielson didn't get hurt, Danielson gets squashed at SummerSlam by Brock. So you're still getting Seth cashing in the next Mania
It
though.
is.
But no, Danielson was not going to be champion that long. They never wanted him to be champ to begin with. People forget that. That's the biggest. That's the biggest narrative that WWE loves to put in your face. They love to tell this narrative that pushing Daniel Bryan was always the plan. No, it wasn't. They didn't have any plans for Bryan at all. In his book, he said himself the plan was if the Yes movement had never happened, he was going to face Sheamus third from the top. That's what they're going to do, Sheamus. But because of everything that happened, because he got so over, and because of CM Punk quitting and just all the other factors, and Batista being booed, they had no choice but to put Danielson in the main event. If you remember, they did
Organically
that
too.
kicking and screaming, because every week, like I remember, like there was this one Twitter account that like took count like on how many Raws would end with the Authority beating down Daniel Bryan. I think like Daniel Bryan got beat down by the Authority like 15 weeks in a row, because they
Yeah,
were
it was
hoping,
getting redundant.
yeah, they were hoping that like if we keep beating him down, like he'll cool off, but like no, it actually got him even more over. So even when he finally won the main event, like Vince was dragged along, kicking and screaming. So, but there's no way he would have been champ that long. He would have had the Kofi run. He would have been champ by SummerSlam, and then Brock would have killed him. That's how it would have gone.
Even though I didn't like Kofi run, I think he had a lengthy run though because he held it down like the whole summertime.
Yeah, yeah,
We all
he
thought
had to, he,
we all thought he was gonna be transitional. I ain't gonna lie, I
yeah,
think he was somewhat transitional. He was like a long distance transitional champ though, because we all knew that and Brock was gonna be in the cars because they was getting that Fox deal. So to appeal to Fox, you gotta have that star power.
and then what was crazy was they never even got Brock to begin with. He just went right back to Raw. The whole thing was a waste of time.
Ooh, Domino's having
That
tater
was so
tots.
fucked up what they did to Kofi.
Yeah, yeah, ballet dancer. We still don't know why they beefing. It's just like whatever.
If
Like at
Rollins
least
didn't
give us
tear,
a good match. That match at Backlash was not it. That shit felt flatter than the fucking week old soda that was left out the fridge.
if Rollins didn't tear his knee, then he would have lost at Mania to Roman. But depending on who you talk to, some would say it's a blessing because they can always say that Roman never beat him. So you always have that. You can always go back to that at any time. So
But it needs time to breathe though.
hmm
Like can't
Yo,
just
this
be
chick needs a lot of work. Julia Hart, she is greener than some good bud.
I thought you said greener than Luigi at first.
Me, Luigi.
Let's go.
I do need to buy some more games for my Nintendo Switch. I see you
Yeah,
be
that new
playing
Switch
that
Sports I heard is
Metroid. I
good.
gotta try that Metroid out.
yeah that new Zelda about to drop soon.
Oh, words? Say less.
Switch Sports I heard is good.
Hmm.
What if Cesaro remained with Paul Heyman to 2014 and Heyman had a 2 minute, a 2 man dominant team,
It
Cesaro and
could have.
Brock? I ain't gonna
It,
lie, I thought that's
it
where they was going with it.
yeah,
I
it
thought
could
that's
have
where they was
worked.
going with it too. Because remember, he was still in Brock's corner, like, and but like 1 minute he was in Brock corner, and the next minute he was in Cesaro corner. They was both in the car, both on in Ross at the same time. But Brock, he works alone, which is ridiculous because I wouldn't mind seeing a Brock and Bobby Lashley tag team title run.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Brock. It was Vince. Vince just never saw anything in Cesaro. That's what it was. Now Cesaro couldn't have been WWE champion, but he was definitely good enough to be Intercontinental champion. And that's really what it came down to.
And Heyman just couldn't get Cesaro over, which is I don't get it.
He was already over.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't need
Yeah, he
Heyman.
was.
Hmm.
Like they try to make him Curtis Axel
The pairing
status.
the pairing didn't make sense because Cesaro had organically got over, and then Brock ended the streak. And because Brock ended the streak, and Heyman was associated with Brock, Heyman got the heat that Brock would get. So then by putting Heyman with Cesaro, it made Cesaro a heel. But then fans didn't want to boo Cesaro. Just it didn't make sense. So
Right.
He needed an MVP. That's what he needed.
Everybody would
Right,
always
Valley
say
Dancer. Last year, Lizard will be a crazy tag team. Like, just have them run amok. The 2-man power trip part two.
Cesaro
Everybody died.
Cesaro fuck
Everybody
Cesaro
died.
fucked himself. You got to be careful. Because people always say Vince is out of touch, which he is, and nobody really gives like any examples. This is how Cesaro fucked himself, right? Every time they needed like a new tag team or something, Vince would put Cesaro in the tag team, and Cesaro was in the team, and he'd just be like, "I'm gonna get it over." So they put him with Sheamus, and they became the Bar, and he got it over. Then they put him with Jack Swagger for the Real Americans, and then he got that over. And remember, they even put him with Tyson Kidd, and then he got that over. So it's like every time they put him in a random
That's actually a
tag
good
team,
tag
he
team, though.
right. It was a good tag team, but because he consistently got tag team stuff over, it just made Vince see him as nothing more than a tag team guy. And it's like, yeah, he's a great tag wrestler, but there's singles potential too, which Vince just refused to see because he's too Swiss or whatever the fuck he said on Austin's podcast.
Yeah, that's silly. He's too Swiss. Like, get your racist ass up on out of here. Anyways, let me find out Marcus Brown got the DeLorean. He said he's watching Raw in 2024. That's what I'm talking about. They we know how it is in 2024, B.
Time travel.
What if Taker beat Lesnar at WrestleMania 30? That match shouldn't even have happened.
Then Taker
That's why I
retired.
was so that's why I was so happy when he lost. I was what, like, me and my lady, we was like the only two that was happy that he lost. Cause it's like, cause now Undertaker's
I
doing
can see
he's
that.
doing too much. He was doing too much. You could have just made it. You could have just called it quits when you had beat this dude Triple H when Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee. That was a great way to to send for your send
It
off.
was
And
it was
Undertaker would have
Vince.
still been undefeated. Like, I agree with people when they said Undertaker should have never lost at WrestleMania. I agree. That was something special, and I'm not even a fan, but I understand what good business is and what makes sense. Like, him
It was
losing to Brock hurt
The
the company. A
original
lot of
plan
people,
was for him to lose
a
to
lot.
Orton.
Hold on. A lot of
it was
people,
Vince.
a lot of people left the company. A lot of fans left the company. After that shit, pissed a lot of people off.
It
A
was
lot.
Vince, bro. It was Vince, bro. This is what I know happened. I've never. This is actually a good topic. I never talked about this on the show. This, as I understand it, the end of an era at WrestleMania 28. That was supposed to be it for
Yeah,
Triple H and Taker, and it was it. That
and
was why
Shawn
they all
Michaels, how
hugged.
they all just walked off, like they was just walking
Right,
off into
right.
the sunset. That was a
That
great
was
way to end it
right.
off.
That was supposed to be it for all of them. What happened was CM Punk was the WWE champion, and CM Punk on his podcast, not well on Cole Cabana's podcast back when they were still cool. You know, when he was going off on his last year there, Punk kept mentioning how Vince wanted him to do stuff that he didn't want to do, and like, hey Punk, can you go heel? Punk didn't want to go heel because when you're a heel you don't make as much merch money, but he wanted him to go heel. And so, Vince would always say stuff like, I'll owe you one. I'll owe you one. And then, when
His favorite,
Ryback
yeah,
hurt him,
that's his favorite. Well, that's his favorite sentence. Yep.
right. And then when he got hurt with Ryback, he had to get some kind of surgery. And then Vince had booked him like in a TLC match before Punk even like recovered. And, Vince was telling him to come back early and Punk didn't want to do it. And then Vince was like, I'll owe you one. I'll owe you one, whatever. So the whole plan was Punk was supposed to get his main event at Mania. But then, as they say, plans changed. Once in a lifetime with Roxina.
Like,
Then
wasn't that
twice
the
in a
Triple H one?
lifetime. Hmm.
That was
No,
Triple H
no,
match,
no.
right?
This would have been Mania 29. Uh, so
Oh,
Punk
okay.
did not get his main event. He dropped it to Rock at Rumble. So Punk thought he was going to get his main event. He didn't. And so when it came time for WrestleMania 29, if you look at all the key players that year, all the key players were occupied in other programs, and Punk didn't have anything to do because he wasn't going to make it a triple threat because Vince made up his mind on Roxina having the rematch. So what happened was Vince called Taker and basically was like, "Hey, hey Mark, uh, Punk needs a match. I don't got anything else for him. Can you please come back?" And then Taker was like, "Okay," because if you remember, like the way they did their pay-per-view schedule that year, when they did Elimination Chamber, Mania was like 3 weeks after that shit. So it's like, how are you gonna do Punk versus Taker like in 3 weeks? But then Paul Moody, aka Paul Bearer, died for real. It was creepy because Taker came back on a Monday, and then that following Tuesday, Paul Bearer died. So then they
Yeah.
used his death to actually enhance the story. So I always would have wondered what would the story have been if Paul Bearer never died. So
Hmm.
then Punk and Taker went out there
When he got
and
hit with the
actually
urn.
had a very good match. Taker always had good chemistry with like small dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you right.
yeah, so he had a really, really good match with Punk. And so that match was so good, it most likely made Taker and Vince think like, hey, maybe there is some gas in the tank. And then if you remember, he had like his little mini thing with the Shield, like where the Shield attacked them on SmackDown.
And
And
yeah,
then
they
remember
triple power bombed them.
right. And then like there was that post Mania Raw thing where the Shield came out, but then Team Hell No came and they did Team Hell No and Daniel they did Team Hell No and Taker against the Shield. And it was a really good
Right.
match. So he had some good matches in 2013. So that probably made Taker and Vince think that, yo, maybe there is more gas in the tank, which then led to Brock at Mania next year at Mania 30. But when Taker came out for 20, just he didn't look right that year. It just something he didn't look right in 2014. Like before, like forget the match, like he looked off. And don't forget too, Brock was supposed to face The Rock, but Rock tore all his muscles and shit, and so they
Hmm.
dropped it. Because they wanted to do Brock versus Rock at Mania 30. So technically, Taker losing is The Rock's fault. Technically.
Don't mean to switch gears real quick, but yo, House of Black, I just love their entrance. Their entrance looks so fucking badass. And of
They
course, you
remind me
got
of the
my
Brood.
boy Buddy Matthews. I'm surprised you're not trying to call Rhea Ripley right now
Too
during
bad
the
Tony Khan
match.
can't book them for shit.
Buddy Matthews look like the type that got a tracker on Rhea Ripley's phone. I like the House of Black though. I'm glad they on the right path to being booked as dominant heels. And that red eye that Malachi Black got is fucking sinister. Well, yeah, here we go, man. The best friends versus the House of Black. Let's get it for the trios championships. Also, when the House of Black
How
fights,
not Setsko is the
the
Trios Championship?
arena's dark. It's a nice touch. Something different for them, I would say. Give them a different presence.
How not
That's
Setsko is the Trios Championship though? Like seriously,
yes or
it
what?
fucks up your tag team division. I said, how nonsensical is the Trios Championships? It fucks up your tag team division.
Well, if you think of it, you gotta think of it like this. I'm not really a big fan of the trios belts right now, but I get it because there's so much factions in AEW. So there is a
No,
place for
like I
them.
understand the reasoning. It just to me makes no sense.
Rhea has all the tattoos in that relationship. I'm telling you, he sits down in peace and Rhea stands up. Let me stop. Shouts go out to them though. They look. I hope they're happy, but that dude Buddy Matthews gotta relax with that shit. Cause you'll know if she genuinely loves you, sir. You don't have to do all that extra shit.
The wife of Selena Vega, or the husband of Selena Vega, and the husband of Rhea Ripley.
And it's like, was Rhea Ripley jacking you when you was tongue kissing Aaliyah? Relax. Basically, this dude, Buddy Matthews. All right, let me start from right here. This they had posted a pic with Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio, and the outfit or the get up, whatever, her tights that she wore at Puerto Rico has Dom Dom written on the back of her trunks, her tights, her panty them, it says it right on her ass cheeks, Dom Dom. So this dude, Buddy Matthews, basically commented and said, not verbatim, but he basically said, "Oh, but your name, you're like his name is on the tights, but at least he gets to touch that ass, so to speak." And it's like, my dude, you didn't have to say that. That shit comes off as very cringe. You act like this ain't a business. This is a wrestling business. It's entertainment. Relax. Just like how you tongue kissed Aaliyah when she was barely legal.
Same problem with Chavo too. Chavo had that issue. Like, oh, we deserve royalty.
Yeah, Chavo. Yeah, you know how I feel about Chavo. I told you he been corny. Chavo's a straight cornball. What if Cody Rhodes didn't leave in 2016? Then he probably would have retired. Cause no way he was gonna elevate.
The
He was never
AEW
gonna be
doesn't
in
do
the
it.
main event. And you know what also helped with Cody Rhodes? With him leaving, remember from before, Cody Rhodes is skinny as hell in WWE. But when he left and went on, went cross season and all that, you could tell he bulked up. Like he looks like an actual main eventer now. From before, Cody
Like
Rhodes
I
was
said,
skinny as hell.
like I said last Friday, Cody Rhodes put the greatest betting on himself of all time.
Sorry about that. Had to feed the cat.
Shit, I already fed my damn cat. I told Smokey to take his ass to bed. That's it. You ate, you used the bathroom, you drunk your water, you good. Go lay your ass down. Hey, Virgo Bay.
Like the only betting on yourself that's similar to what Cody Rhodes did was Aaron Judge, the year that he hit 62, or last year when he hit 62.
Right, Bally, that he should definitely know better. Like, come on, my dude. You know what it is. Like, she putting it on that dude, making him mad and insecure. And it's not like he never been with no pretty girl from before, no pretty chick from before. Didn't he used to fuck with what's her name? Alexa
But he
Bliss.
was with
Didn't
Liv, wasn't she?
he used to mess with Alexa Bliss,
But he
right?
was with Liv.
If I'm right. So it's not like he never
But I thought that he
he's
was
never
with
been around with no pretty chick before. Like
Well, I thought that he was
tripping.
with Liv Morgan.
He was a Liv Morgan. He was a Liv Morgan too. I didn't know that. Cause I remember he was with Alexa Bliss when he was in NXT.
Like I'm pretty sure that he was with Liv, or was that Big Cass? One of those two.
No, Big Cass was of Carmella.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And he was another whack job. Stalking Carmella, getting drunk, telling her, oh, you can't talk to this dude, you can't talk to that dude. Big Cass was a menace in backstage in WWE, doing the most.
He's gotten better though.
Super Trump
Big ups
supporter.
to
Yeah,
him.
shouts out to Morrissey. Completely revamped his character. I'm proud of him, definitely proud of him. But I think he should go back to Impact.
I just can't take Corey Graves seriously. because I remember back then, every time Carmella came out, he was simping the hell out of her, and
Yeah, he was
that's when
doing the
you,
most. Yeah, he
yeah,
was.
that's when you realize it's like, yeah, because if there's one dude I don't like, man, I remember like, okay, this is crazy, right? It's not that crazy story. I remember like the first girl I ever dated, right? There's this dude who was part of like our friend circle, and I see him
Yeah,
sometimes. I see him sometimes, and he was cool, a little eccentric, but he was cool. But I remember like every time he saw my first girlfriend, he was like super sweaty, like giving more compliments to
nervous
people.
as hell.
Right. So anyway, we dated for like about a year and a half. We broke up. You know, it happens. Then like about a year after that, all of a sudden, I started seeing him talk to her, and I was like, wait a minute. The whole time I was with her, was he like fucking simping the whole time? You know, like shit
Pretty
like that.
much.
Like, yeah, shit like that. Like fucks with my head because it's like it's one thing like if a dude just tells you straight up like, yo man, I want that. But then like you have those dudes that like smile to your face, but like behind your back, they're hoping like the shit doesn't work out so they can get their turn. That's what Corey Graves is.
Hmm.
He's one of those dudes. So the whole time when Carmella was with like Big Cass, he was simping for Carmella. I don't trust niggas like that. I'm sorry. So
Hmm.
I don't. I never cared for him as a commentator either, because he always just comes off to me as a poor man's Jesse Ventura. That's just me though.
Word. He's another cornball. That dude, Corey Graves. I never really liked him much either. He's corny and he's a hater
Nah,
because he
man,
was.
the weirdest broadcaster. Nah, but go ahead.
We're listening to you. What were you saying?
No, but I'll say that the weirdest WWE broadcaster was Byron Saxton.
Oh,
Is Byron
Baron.
Saxton.
Yo, I'll tell you what though. When Kofi won,
What the
he
hell
did a
is
great
this
job.
dude?
Pardon?
He look like Josh Hartnett. Who the hell is this dude?
That's the dude from Aussie Open. You know, Aussie, oi. You know those guys.
Yeah, I know. I know about the Osceola. I know about them.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't get Osprey. Isn't he hurt? I thought he was. I'm
I
not
know. I
sure.
never. I didn't hear that. Osprey is my guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you know what? Baron Saxon or Byron Saxon, he did a great job at Mania when Kofi won. I think he was like on the verge of tears. I remember that he
But
was like, Kofi Kingston, he did it, man. It was worth it, or whatever he said. He did a good job that night. I remember that.
I
he
remember.
sipped super hard. He sipped super hard for Bailey.
Yeah. That dude in
Like
Impact,
beyond.
he used to be a commentator for WWE. He does a good job. I don't even know why he was fired. I don't know the guy's
Ooh,
name. I recognize his voice though.
because I know
Oh,
they
dude,
got this dude
that thing
commentating on.
that thing Rusev
I
Day.
see they got this dude in Impact now commentating. What was that dude name that was in Rusev Day?
Oh, you talking
Aiden
about
English.
yeah. He's a good commentator too.
Yeah, he's actually not bad. Yeah. So what if Reigns and Moxley turned on Rollins in 2004,
No, I like him as well.
2014? Yeah,
I like
heel
his
team
broadcast.
with Moxley and Reigns. I just think them turning on each other at that time made no sense whatsoever because they was beating Evolution
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, according to Rollins, they did it because there was no one left for them to work. They weren't doing factions or teams at the time, so I get what they're saying. But I agree, they could have gone a little bit longer because they had just turned face. They only been face officially for like 3 months. They could have milked it a little bit more. So
Could have faced the Wyatt family.
they did.
After that
Remember,
tornado.
they faced them like 3 times, I think.
Marcus, are you even watching Dynamite? Are you all these WWE questions?
Well, I love RVD, Marcus, but RVD fucked that up himself. He got caught. Remember? You know, he got caught doing the
Oh
drugs
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah,
got
when
pulled over.
he was at the
Sabu
top of the world, man. He had
Yeah,
ECW
Sabu got
championship
fucking
and the
sacked real
WWE
fine.
championship.
yeah. That was right up there RVD getting caught with the drugs, that was right up there with fucking Hacksaw
I knew you
and
was gonna say
Hacksaw and Iron
that.
Sheik. Sheik
I
it
knew you
baby,
was gonna say that
Sheik it
shit.
baby, yeah, because he was gonna push fucking Hacksaw, and then after that, Vince was like, nope. I mean, he still got a push, but he never got like he was never like a world champ or whatever, you know.
And Hacksaw Jim Duggan could have
Never
definitely
got the
been the
mega
world
push.
champ if Hogan
Right.
would have been like, "I'll do the job, brother." I think you think Hogan would have did the job because
Yeah, he would.
around that time Hogan
Yeah,
was Hogan a champ? Yeah, when he
Hell
was
yeah, he
at
no.
was
his
champ.
height.
Yeah, Hacksaw was like the number 2, number 3 babyface. It was like Hogan,
You're right.
Snuka, and Hacksaw. And then what made it worse for Hacksaw was kayfabe was real back then. So him and Sheik got caught together, and it was in a newspaper. And Vince had to pay off people to get it. It's crazy. He had to pay off the police to make it look like they weren't together, so fans wouldn't be asking questions because they actually protected kayfabe back then. That's crazy. That's probably like the craziest part of like old school wrestling was the fact that faces and heels traveled together to keep kayfabe alive. Like they don't give a fuck now. Everybody just travels together now. But I wish I could have been around for those days to seeing heels travel together. Like so Stone Cold Steve Austin, he said
Oh
himself in his
man,
podcast, like if you
just
were caught,
imagine if YouTube and shit was around, social media. I always, oh man,
right?
main event time. I knew it was gonna give him the last half hour. Let's go. This is what we here for. Y'all ready to
I
see
like
some
it when it
blood?
can.
There's gonna be
When the
so
cage
much
comes
blood
down,
you
I
can
like it.
pour it in the cup.
That's coming out with Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson.
Oh, I just hate this song. Wild Thing. You know what this remind me of? Remember, you ever see Major League, y'all?
Oh yeah, I know that movie. Yeah.
You make me loathe you.
Wild Thing, you make my bum sting. I detest
That's
you.
what it remind me of.
I detest you.
Oh, that's bullshit. Moxley ain't lose no damn 8 times. That nigga Moxley lost like 3 times in his whole career here.
I
He
think they
lost
count.
8
I think
times.
they count tag matches as losses.
Yeah,
I
no
think.
choice. This dude barely loses 8 times. The fuck out of here.
He's AEW's Hogan.
That's what I'm saying. He better never leave. Like, that's how he wanted to be booked. He wanted to be booked as that, that top badass. And I love how he's being booked, but damn, he can lose sometimes. Like, Jesus Christ, he's booked like Cena. If you think of it,
I think when it's all said and done, Mox is probably the most important acquisition TK ever had, which is ironic because it was his first. That's the
like his
crazy part
first
about
major signing,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, because every
And
time
it's like
shit goes south,
we
yeah,
all knew, like, yeah, Mox is gonna do the damn thing. We all knew that TK was gonna take care of Mox.
he's basically like what Mox is to AEW is like what Kurt Angle was to TNA, because he legitimized the company. And every time shit would go wrong in TNA, they would go back to Angle. Just like every time shit goes wrong in AEW, they go to Mox. He's the go-to guy, always is there, always has good matches, good promos,
Kurt Angle was a
always
motherfucker
hooks.
though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Perk Angle be legendary.
Yeah. I fucking love Marky B when it's like Kurt is evolving to Perk Angle.
I see that on that last video he did he said Perk Angle is evolving. Marky B is a fool. He be killing me with them disgusting screenshots though, like what he put as his timestamps, not timestamp,
Yeah.
yeah, like that, like ew, the fuck. Because sometimes I watch this shit when I'm at work eating. Like, I don't want to see that nasty shit.
What gets me is like whether he reviews TNA, WCW, WWE, or AEW. Somehow in every video, fucking Jeff Jarrett somehow makes a cameo. It's like this dude's been everywhere. Fuck.
Yeah, like, my dude, go home or go fuck Karen or something. Do something.
A
Go
wild
home
slap
and
that's Pierce.
fucking make a sandwich. Eat that shit. Do something.
I remember when he
Out of
fucking
nowhere,
he
a wild
did
slap that's Pierce.
he did a review for like fucking SummerSlam last year, and I think Jarrett was like,
Oh damn, lost him. The ninjas got him, not Toph. Come on, ninjas, y'all can't be snatching up Toph like that. Yeah, kayfabe was definitely serious back then because you had
I loved
character.
80s wrestling.
Everybody was a character. Everybody meant something to the show.
Everybody was so over the top back then.
You know what I'm
Was that
saying?
Kate?
Toe? Okay.
Was hmm?
No. I
Oh,
was
you went
wondering
backstage?
who that was.
Huh, Toph? You had went backstage and came back?
Oh no, I was on my phone. Sorry about that. You can hear me, right?
No, because you had left. You had left the show. I don't know how you
Oh,
pulled
okay.
back up. I don't know how you pulled back up without me bringing you up. That was a little
It's
weird.
probably because I'm on my phone. My computer.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's start fighting right now. What the hell is Omega punching? They
Moxley
started
was fighting
fighting
it.
outside the cage. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get to it. Fuck the entrances. Let's fight.
Or did Moxley blade? I think. Okay, here comes the
Moxley
rest of the
about to
Combat
start
Club.
bleeding already.
Remember that time fucking Canyon got thrown off the cage in WCW? That was great.
Yo, man. Yeah, you
That was so
already
fucked up.
knew the Combat Club was just too far behind. Got to get grimy sometimes.
And here's the Bucks.
So here
This
comes
is
the
gonna be blood
elite.
and guts.
Look, yo.
This is gonna be blood and guts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just need 2 more people on both sides.
Hmm. The fuck Daniel Bryan came from?
He was a commentary.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Or 1 more person for the Combat Club, and then 2 more people for the elite.
What was Triple H doing? Nah, he was in NXT, right? Triple H in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got
Yeah.
good black and gold. Nah, Triple H is in the right place at the right time. We wouldn't have got memorable moments in black and gold. So, nah.
Would never gotten War Games.
Right. Like, we wouldn't have never got the Undisputed Era. Authors of Pain. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on. The match between Gargano and Ciampa.
Champa still sounds like a food dish.
Right? Like, yo, son, let me get some extra Guyana cheese with that Ciampa.
I heard Ciampa's coming back.
Right?
No, he
Say it
said,
again.
Triple H will run NXT. You can turn that down real quick in the background, Toe.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, you good. Nah, Triple H would run NXT and the main roster, bro. Now that wouldn't have worked because he would have been overwhelmed.
Yeah. Can't do both.
Would have got a brain aneurysm a lot.
Yeah,
Like
big
you
up.
already see with this dude, TK. Yeah, it's still a little loud, so
Oh, really?
yeah. Feedback.
Good moonsault
What
by,
Yeah,
about
that's
by
better.
Omega.
That's better now. Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Oh, it was the volume on my mic. That's what it was. All right, I got you.
Cool. Yeah, what are you saying now? Oh yeah, like excuse me. See the TK. You see, he got rid of Dark and Dark Elevation because he knew he was doing too much.
And here comes the blood. Somebody's gonna bleed.
Like he had Dark. He would have had Dynamite. He would have had Dynamite. He would have had Rampage. He would have had Dark Elevation, and now Collision. That would have been way too much.
Moxley bleeds first.
Oh
You didn't see
yeah,
the second
ball by your
segment.
chair. Oh, that's yep. There we go. Ball wire chair to Mox skull. Yeah, there we go. That's what we needed. That was a catalyst.
Moxley's not bleeding. Huh.
Hey yo. He said most AEW guys. Damn, it's man loud over there. You heard, Tove?
Okay, Moxley's bleeding.
Yeah, I was looking.
No, I'm saying it's mad loud. Like I can hear like an echo.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
Ooh. Sam, man, you gotta watch this.
I hit him in the head with the camera.
That was funny.
Yeah, boy. Moss couldn't wait to bleed. A kick to the head from outside the ring from. Oh,
Mox is a human Red Cross.
shit. All that blood he be wasting. He's supposed to be giving that blood to motherfuckers that need that shit. See what blood type he is or something. He can save a life.
Yeah, half that blood's probably Mox's.
Yo.
Mox bleeding already.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I mean, damn, like, come on, bro. Is that in his contract? Like, yo, I gotta bleed like a pig. I gotta bleed. I fucking love
Like I
it.
said, he bleeded more than Red Cross.
And I know his wife cannot.
This dude back is bleeding. Omega, his back is
Thi-
bleeding.
There's no way his wife thinks that's something to be like, ooh, I like when you bleed, Mox. You don't know what
like
it
a little
does to me.
fetish. Superplex on the chair.
Going back and
All
forth. The Knicks are trying to lose this game.
That's what we're here for. We know it was gonna be chaotic. We knew they was gonna bring anarchy in this match. That's why we here.
All right, coach. Stop sleeping on my boy Freshly Squeezed.
I like freshly squeezed. Always
I like him.
taking for him. Always
I
I
like
like
he sucks.
freshly squeezed.
He just sucked tonight.
Jungle Boy today, so I guess they. Oh, god damn! Why?
Yeah, they were showing vignettes with the 4 pillars, for their upcoming match, and I like that. Build, let people get invested into the characters, like the newcomers, what may have you that started watching the show.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh my god! Oh my!
What is Fox doing with the turnbuckle?
Why?
What are you watching?
I'm what?
You what
Mox
part
trying
you
to
up
take
to?
off
I'm up to the part he unscrewing the top turnbuckle. This dude Mox.
Oh no! Did you just see him go off the turnbuckle to the steel chair wrapped in barbed wire?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
you must be behind.
Yeah, I'm behind. God darn it!
This dude, Black Star, he's ahead of both of us. He's like 5 seconds ahead of me.
Look at Omega's back. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, his back looked like they used the damn, the shit that they use to put the holes in the steak,
If
the
I was
meat,
wrestling,
the
I
meat
would
tenderizer.
never.
Looked
If
like
I
he
was
was,
in that
he was
company, I
punching him
would
with a
never
meat
agree.
tenderizer to the back.
I would never agree to do a match with Moxley.
Well, there goes top
I'm
turnbuckle.
motherfucker got to take an AIDS test. He got to take all types of tests before you bleeding all over the damn place.
And there goes second turnbuckle. And someone's
I
gonna
see him take off
die.
the top. He got to take off the second one too. He sure
Yep.
is. That's right. That's what we're here to see. We're here to see that chaos. Yes.
Is he gonna stab him with that top turnbuckle? No, he's not. Okay, that's good.
It's good, T.
What up, fellas? What's happening?
Watching the
What's good?
anarchy.
We're
I'm
watching
Pulling
what
watching
his
Mox.
mouth.
we're watching what drives
He's
Vince
pulling
McMahon
his mouth with
crazy.
the freaking
Why he
turnbuckle.
just won't deal with Moxley. Yeah,
I'm watching what
that's
drives.
stupid.
I've been watching what drives Jim Cornette crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait till Jim Cornette talks about this tomorrow.
Oh, Jim Cornette's gonna rip this. He's gonna rip this a new one.
He already ripping Jungle Boy. So yeah,
Oh shit, what
And
he do,
rightfully so.
Jungle
Jungle Boy
Boy?
fucking sucks.
Oh man, leave Jungle Boy.
I like
No, I
Darby
heard
though.
I heard Jungle Boy did some fuck shit with a fan.
did he?
Oh yeah, the fan fest. That was funny shit.
What happened? What did he do?
Like they asked him questions and Jungle Boy did probably the most stupidest answers of all time on those questions. He was like, like if you
Oh
had
come
one day
on,
to live,
Mox,
what
really?
wrestling match would you watch? I think Jungle Boy said that I wouldn't be watching wrestling if I only had a day to live.
Hmm.
This is ridiculous. You see, I can't be watching Mox. Mox lost his goddamn mind.
Yes, he has. He's fucking nuts. Remember, this is the same dude that said he loves to stab people.
He said that.
Man,
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, but
So
yeah,
the Knicks are
Marcus,
really
we
trying to
never
blow
we
this
we
game.
we know that we all can agree that Mox is a no ring general. He's not a ring technician. Mox wants to bring chaos. That's
that's
his
why
mo.
No,
he.
he never
But
was.
that's why. That's also why he was the weakest member of the Shield.
I agree.
Thumbtacks.
But remember, at the time, we all thought he was the leader of the Shield because he was like always at the middle.
No,
No,
he's the
That's
Flash.
only one
That's
that can
worse.
actually know how to talk. That was actually it.
that's because
That's
he
who.
at that time he was the best talker of the Shield. So that's why.
Yeah.
Even Roman Reigns now, if you kind of watch him, he's still limit when it comes to talking. He just talks a lot of shit now.
Well, he better
Okay.
at it. He better.
Yes.
Well, he better now than compared to what he used to be.
Severus Succotash. I'll never forget that shit.
Mm. Yeah, they were saying afterwards that Rollins was supposed to be the leader. That's why he labeled himself the architect.
Well, he was the best wrestler out of the bunch. So yeah.
These
Roman was
goddamn
the
Knicks,
project.
man. Come on.
The Knicks suck.
They
Move on.
do.
Huh?
He said they do.
Yeah.
I'm over it with the Knicks, man. I'm not even like I said. They will have to win 2 championships for me to give a fuck again. They owe me 2 championships, not just one.
Miss your videos about the
So
Knicks.
if they went
Those
back to
shits was
back.
You
hilarious.
guys have ripped them apart. Couldn't stand the motherfucker. Like, come on. Because they always do the most dumbest shit. Like, the shit they used to kill me, for the most part with the Knicks, they'll be ahead. They'll be doing their thing. They'll be ahead. Next thing you know, everybody want to shoot 3-pointers. Like, why y'all doing that? Y'all ahead.
Like they doing right now. They blowing a 10-point lead.
Like, y'all motherfuckers are dumb. They still do the same dumb shit. That's why I can't watch them. They're fucking stupid.
They're the basketball version of the
Niggas.
Atlanta Falcons.
Like I
You
bet
know
Jordan
what?
Jordan gave Sandman's PTSD.
The Atlanta Falcons,
Ooh.
at least they tried. The Knicks, I don't get them.
Reggie Miller gave both of y'all PTSD.
I
Actually, we
believe it.
didn't. It wasn't Reggie Miller that gave us the most headache.
Really?
He was one of them.
It was just.
Okay.
It was like, damn. We asked for the Chicago Bulls every time in the playoffs, and we just can't get over that hump. That's what drove us crazy.
Agreed.
So it's Jordan that gave you PTSD.
No, the entire Bulls gave us PTSD because
Got
honestly, it'll be like, all right, Jordan's having an off game, and out of nowhere, Scottie Pippen takes
Pippen
over,
will score 30.
and then Steve Kerr will do something, or freaking John Paxson will do something. And I'm just like, bro, this is not fair.
Robin will get like
Oh,
15
Or
points.
oh.
or the Knicks are just gonna nick and they're gonna do something stupid like go John Starks 20 for
Dragon
17.
suplex on the broken glass. Jeez.
That's just dumb.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
they did the Bobby Lashley spot.
I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie.
Dumb.
Oh wow.
I was
This dude
not
almost
expecting
killed
that
himself.
spot.
This dude almost broke his fucking leg.
He probably did. Do you see how he landed?
Yeah. That was so fucking stupid.
That wasn't a bad spot. I'm not gonna lie,
It
but
wasn't, but he just landed all wrong.
I think it.
That
Nah,
Come
I
on,
think
was
it
so
was.
AEW
that
defense
was
geniuses.
Nah, I think
that
it
was
was.
stupid.
Nah,
Now that was stupid. He could
nah,
have
it
caught him.
was.
He could have
It
caught him
was
with
a
like a
little.
cross body or something.
Nah,
Not
it
no
was a
rope.
little. Nah, it was a little. See, you know why? Because AEW's cages, they're not like next to the ring. You know what I mean? There's a little gap in
That
between.
gap, right?
That's what the problem was. So
Brian
yeah, he
Danielson
should
looks
have
like
did
he
a
legit
cross.
has concern.
Wait till you see
And
this
here
spot.
comes the stabbing.
Scott. Did you get to that spot yet? What you up to now, Scott?
I think I'm about to see Omega do something stupid.
Yeah, you about to see
Yep.
it right now.
That's just dumb.
That was a
Oh,
stupid spot.
Here
What
comes the
Like he
is
could have
stabbing.
this?
yanked his leg out of his
Here
fucking
comes.
torso with that shit.
And this is all Moxley's idea.
Yep.
oh shit!
One winged angel on the bad knee.
Man, bring back the old school
Match over.
cage like the ones in the 80s.
Oh shit.
Steel cage.
Oh
Oh
damn! I was.
shit.
Oh shit!
Hmm.
Ah,
I knew that was gonna
You saw what
happen.
I saw, right?
I knew that was gonna happen.
He fucked up his
mm,
knee, didn't he?
he
Keep
probably did.
watching. Yeah, we'll be here on Friday, Marcus. We'll be here on Friday.
Why he always trying to stab
Yeah.
somebody?
Because he
Fucking
loves to
screw,
stab people.
bro. I'm changing the TV, man. I'm not looking at this shit.
He's a new Regal.
Goddamn Knicks! I swear to
Keep
God.
watching. Keep watching. Like I see that shit coming a mile away. Pause.
He's a new Regal.
I believe it. I'm not even gonna lie. I was low key. I was low key waiting for him to turn on Omega.
Oh,
I'm.
come on, really?
Because remember he did that shit. He did that iffy shit for before when Omega had first came back.
Yo, even though if it is, I ain't gonna have nobody playing with a screwdriver near my face. That we ain't doing that shit, bro. We're not doing that at all. I will be raising all kinds of hell after.
Uh,
Mm-mm-mm.
Here's the final stabbing, the kill shot.
If Booker T would have beat Triple H for the championship at that time, he would have lost it the following month, right back to Triple
Yeah,
H. They trying to give him the sympathetic face role. I'm not surprised.
it can work if they do it right, but they got the right people to do it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Like
I'm not against it.
Omega got to start from the bottom up again. Like you had all the belts everywhere. It's time for you to start from the bottom and work your way all the way back up. It makes
Well,
sense.
Cyrus,
well,
Cyrus the
well, that's what
virus.
they're doing. To be honest, I respect it. That's what they're doing.
He's back to being Cyrus the virus now.
You need to get rid of those damn shoes.
Why? Because why? It gives them more heat.
Them shoes look like he can't get on the air. He can't get on the plane with them shoes. You gotta take his shoes off at the motherfucking. What happened? What happened in the match was stupid. Who won? You really thought Kenny Omega was gonna win that match?
Talk about the
I
shoes.
told you. I just came
I
telling y'all
didn't.
Mox doesn't lose. Them
Mox
saying
doesn't
that he
lose.
lost 8 times, that shit is cap. He did not lose no damn 8 times. This dude lost
Mox
like
doesn't.
four, three times.
Mox doesn't lose unless the shit makes sense. Honestly, he only. If you notice, the people he lost to were only certain people. Like he lost to Omega the last time, and he lost to Hangman. Other
And
than
Punk.
that,
Lost the punk
yeah, and he lost to Brian one time.
And that's it. That's all the times he
and
lost.
MJF.
All the times he lost. That's what I'm saying.
And
I'm like,
MJ,
what the fuck?
yeah, oh yeah, he did. He lost the title to MJF, but other than that, that's it.
They said he lost 8 times. The fuck out of here.
That was like 4 or 5 times he lost. The other 8 times, I don't know where the 8 came from.
The other three was tag team matches.
But he didn't even get pinned in those matches. So can you really count that?
They trying to because I probably wasn't the only one. Or I'll be thinking sometimes motherfuckers be low key watching the show. You can't tell me otherwise. People be calling this shit out. Like, yo, this dude barely loses. And I always say that. He only lost like a handful of times. Like he been in the company for like 4 years. That was just the company's inception. This dude only
He had,
lost. How you lost once a year?
bro, he had
Um,
he had the longest undefeated streak when the company first started. When he won the title, he was still undefeated.
hey, I know
He
we're
was.
not. I know we're talking about wrestling, but I got an update, and it's not looking good in entertainment news for Jamie Foxx.
Oh Lord.
Oh no. What
Yeah,
happened?
what's going on
Um,
with that now?
well, no one wants to tell the medical condition, but close family, friends is preparing for the worst.
Oh
Do not.
no!
I do
Why they
Oh,
not
not
know
saying what's
what.
wrong with him though?
Um, HIPAA
because
laws.
they don't even
HIPAA.
know.
Hippo law, yeah.
Yeah, they
But
don't know, and you just don't put out information, which I think should never be doing. Like honestly, I wasn't feeling that they were so easy to talk about DMX overdosing on some bad dope. That should not have been
yeah, they
broadcast.
said that shit blatant too.
Bro,
Like it's like they
they
couldn't wait
broad
for him to die. They was like, yeah, he's
bro,
dead. He
they broadcast DMX's issues like crazy. Like
Yeah, but damn, they could at least not talk. Yeah, just they did not have to say, yeah, DMX is on his eighth overdose. That didn't need to be put out.
That was so fucked up. What they did to him.
So right, yeah. So they ain't nobody giving out information on Jamie Foxx. Look, the close family members is they kind of not looking good.
Keeping quiet.
Yeah, and
That's
and
fucking crazy. So
the,
you mean
the
to tell
crazy
me
thing
Jamie Foxx
is
really may not make it? Like this might be his last week on Earth. That's fucking insane.
And John Starks
You
is
know,
at the
this,
Knicks game. Knicks are about to escape with the win.
now, this happened out of
I, I
nowhere with him.
I don't know.
Yeah, like
He's
one minute
55.
he was filming a new show. He was filming a new show. Then next thing you know, he just ended up in the hospital.
He he might
What could
he
possibly
might have
mean failure?
congested heart failure.
Yeah, that's
You
what I was
think he
thinking.
overworked himself?
Well, he
No,
did.
he's
I don't know if he
55 years
overworked
old.
himself.
I don't. It's like it's give and go when you get at that age. It's just like your time can come in any moment.
But still, like, how old was everybody? He's like one in his mid 50s. That's still
Fit,
young.
I
Jamie
know
Foxx is in
55,
his 50s,
55, but average black man don't live past 60. Average, average.
Yeah,
like around the 50s, bro. That's when your time they start knocking on your door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why they say when you turn 50, you live life to the fullest and just be blessed that you're alive.
Ballet Dancer said the other day they said he was doing better. A few days later, his family was asking everyone to pray for him.
Man, it's up and down with him.
Yeah,
And the sad thing about that is that it normally happens like that. It's like your body gets it's like your body gets like a last burst of energy, and then you just end up dying in your sleep or something.
he
It's
might,
so
just
sad.
like you say, he might just be tired because he is one of those workaholics in Hollywood. Um, but which is crazy. How's that possible? But Dick Van Dyke dancing till he's 97 years old. I don't get it.
A thing. It could be also be our diets. The what we eat. That could be key also, because even when you're rich, from before, we was all brought up in the hood. We, you know what I mean, like that stuff lingers in your body for a very very long time, from a kid. The cheap foods from the supermarkets that we could only afford to buy. It wasn't like it was eating kosher and those other extra stuff, like the good parts of the animal. Like when we us coming up in the hood, we
We
eat
eat
all
cold
the bad
cuts,
parts of the animal
the cheap
because it's
cold
cheap.
cuts.
Yeah,
I really
Well,
hope he
at
pulls
least,
through though,
yeah, at least they're keeping it private.
because he's still young, man. 55, that's young, man. People are like, and conspiracy theorists is thinking like, yo, they just find it funny that one minute he was making fun of Diddy, like, oh, this dude Diddy stay around a lot of young motherfuckers and shit in his house in his mansion, what may have you.
which is true.
Next thing you know,
Well,
he's on a fucking slab.
well, here's my thing, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe the wicked, for some reason, get to live a little bit longer. And ain't nobody more wicked than P. Diddy.
I agree with that.
That's
That's the
definitely
crazy thing.
proven. That's
I
definitely
agree with that.
proven.
How
They
is it
say
the
God.
worst
They always
clothes?
say God don't like ugly, but a lot of ugly motherfuckers be living long lives.
Because they sell their souls. That's why. They sold their souls a long time ago. So, yeah. Because there's a lot of ugly motherfuckers that should have met their end already, but haven't.
And I ain't gonna lie, I always wanted to see breaking news. NYPD has arrested P. Diddy in question for the murder of two known rappers. Because I still think P Diddy and Suge Knight had a business deal.
They did have a business deal. Remember, from before, Suge was on Diddy's protection when he went to the West Coast, and then they
Yeah, I
had a
could.
fallout. I think they had a fallout because Diddy stopped paying them.
Yeah, man. Boy, Diddy. You are gonna be busy this week. What's going on Friday?
Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah,
And then wrap
the
up the week
match.
with more wrestling news. Yeah, it's been a busy week. Had a crazy
I wa-
match, crazy cage match. We was here on Tuesday. Well, yesterday, I mean. Had a good show yesterday.
I
And the
try to
watch
watch
time was getting up
NXT.
there.
I try to watch NXT and I'm totally disgusted. What was the point of putting the title on? What
Yeah.
was the point of putting the title on Indy when you're gonna send her right to the main roster? Just back it.
Because Vince McMahon, that's why.
That was
Enjoy your
Braun
probably
meal,
Breaker,
Maxwell. Enjoy
but Braun
yourself. Like,
Breaker's still in NXT. Come on, bring him
that
up
was
to
probably
the main roster.
they
well, he's going
probably
to do a
gave that
robbery with
title
Carmelo.
they probably gave that title to Indy as like a reward for being the last one left of the black and gold. Because they give those participation trophies.
Yep. Just like the World Heavyweight Championship.
Hey,
The
hey,
new
hey!
World
I
Heavyweight
think that's a
Championship,
good
excuse
move.
me.
I think that's a good move. I am not a fan of the Universal Champion. Remember Universal. That girl be screaming. I bet
But
Ricochet be.
I want to just get us back to Diddy. You heard that they want to do the verses, right? Him and Jermaine Dupri.
Oh God,
Oh God, that's gonna be
I
a
don't
good
want.
verses.
I don't want to see no P Diddy or no Jermaine Dupri.
You bugging? What's wrong with them? They got
I
mad
guess I
hits.
I guess I'll be bugging. I ain't never been a fan of P Diddy ever.
You didn't like no Diddy, no none. I'm not only Diddy songs like the shit that he produced. You didn't like none of the shit that Diddy produced. None. Not even Big.
Let me tell you, honestly, as I look through the discography of Biggie,
Discography.
most of this, yeah, thank you. Most of his songs were produced by other producers. It was just Diddy just had his face in every goddamn thing.
Yeah, like Dr. Dre. Yeah, that's what most
Hey
producers
yo,
do.
sorry to interrupt you guys. I'm not even sure. I mean, it's related to wrestling, kind of. I just got a notification on my phone. Did you guys know MTV got whacked?
Nah.
Oh,
Get
Wait,
the
MTV
what?
done.
MTV got canceled. The channel.
Yeah, they got whacked.
Wait,
What?
what the hell?
Well,
Let
here's
me
That's
the
read
thing.
this.
When
I
did
didn't even know
Hold
they
on.
MTV
was
ever
even
do
losing
anything?
money. How they go bankrupt?
Are
That's
This is
you
the
talking
crazy.
article.
are you talking
This is
about
the
the
article.
channel or a
Yeah,
show?
the channel. The channel. I just got a notification on my phone. This is from CNN. I'll just read this front cover. It says MTV News to shut down as Paramount Media Network slashes U.S. workforce. It's that fucking strike. That's what it is. It's that strike. Damn.
Wow. But we went
Damn.
through a
Oh,
lot of writer strikes from before,
Chipotle.
and MTV always stayed around. That's
MTV
crazy.
always stayed
There's
around and
probably
played
there's
reruns.
probably more to this. I got to look at it later. Like the notification just popped up on my phone. Damn,
But
if MTV got
you know what was the beginning of their downfall? MTV because they lost themselves. Remember, you used to go to MTV for music. They used to play all different
Yeah.
types of music videos all day, every day, and they stopped
You,
It
doing
was
it. They
music
started
and it was
bringing
new.
you
they
remember
started
those
bringing
little you
reality
remember
shows
they
like
used to
Silent Library and all this other crazy shit.
remember TRL and those little mini
16 and
summer concerts
pregnant.
that they had?
Yeah, and yeah, they had TRL. They just they cut all that off. They lost their identity. They just wanted to just follow the wave. They wanted to follow what every other channel was doing, and that
Yes.
was the beginning of the end.
And it was the beginning of
So
the
it
end
was
when they
just a
started
matter of
doing
time.
16 and Pregnant and Jersey Shore. I'm like, yeah, this ain't it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, y'all making y'all money, but what about the longevity? Now y'all stuck in that loop to trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Well, Knicks pulled through.
Well, they won.
Yeah.
So what's the series now?
It is 3-2 Miami.
I give it to them. They fighting. They're fighting.
They got no choice.
I just don't give a fuck. Like, I've been disappointed with the Knicks too many years. Yeah, TRL, that karaoke show. What karaoke show on MTV? Y'all remember a karaoke show on MTV?
Lip sync battles, you mean?
Yeah, ballet dancer. They had all different types of. They had rock and roll. Rap started getting involved. You remember Yo MTV Raps? All that good stuff. And they just stopped. They just like it just became less about music. So it's like, why the fuck is it called
But
MTV? They barely play music on there.
what happened, to my understanding, is like when they were a pure 100% music station back in the day, it was like, and it makes sense when you think about it. Most people will listen to the music that they like, but then when a genre of music they don't like is was playing, they would turn the station, and so the ratings were inconsistent, and so they started experimenting with the whole reality world stuff, like Real World, Road Rules, stuff like that. But a lot of people point their fingers to those shows as the downfall of MTV. To me, it's not about that. I'll tell you when the real downfall came. The real downfall came, and none of us realized at the time, was in the mid 2000s when you had stuff like Flavor of Love, I Love New York, those bachelor type shows,
Oh
those
my
Yeah,
bachelorette
that
god.
type
was on
shows.
VH1.
Yeah, I know, but it was like a parasite because even though it was on VH1, you started seeing similar shows on other networks like
Right, right.
BET, VH1,
Like Flavor of
ABC.
Love set the tone.
Right,
Oh
right,
my
right.
god.
That to me is what really truly planted the seeds for the real death because once those shows took off, every network wanted a piece of that, bachelor, bachelorette type humble pie. And then you started to see less and less shows about music. And I remember and BET is part of this too, because it's not just MTV, because MTV and BET, they had like a lot of shows that were kind of like, they had nothing to do with music, but they still had like music featured. Like remember Cribs, where celebrities would show their house and stuff. When they did Cribs and stuff, it would always have like different music playing. But then they replaced Cribs stuff like Teen Mom, Teen Mom
Right.
2, My Sweet 16, and just all this other stuff that just had nothing to do with music. I remember when BET lost me every day after school. I used to love watching Rap City, 106 in Park.
Yes.
Remember that? And then they
Yeah.
got rid of Rap City. They got rid of Rap City and they replaced it with like I think it was some show called like College Hill. It was like a black version of Real World,
Yeah, I
some
Oh
stuff
my
remember
like that.
that.
god.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
When they
god.
did,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that was
All
when
right,
they
Marcus Brown. Thanks for pulling up. Catch you on Friday.
Yeah, that was when they lost me. When it was the reality TV shit, and that was just like completely unrecognizable.
Bro, when
Um,
106 and Park that left, that was the last show standing. And then once that died, I'm like, yep, it's over.
yeah, yeah. After AJ and Free left, I was out. I was like, because I remember like watching one episode on because I remember they used to do
You ain't
like
like Roxy
Freestyle
and
Friday.
Terrence?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They used to do like Freestyle Friday, like on Fridays. And I remember
Right.
like when they first did Freestyle Fridays, like their rules are very lax. It was like, all right, you get 1 minute, you get 1 minute. The only rule was like no profanity. And it was like, all right,
Yeah, no cursing, no sexually explicit
right.
lyrics. I'm
But
like,
then
what's
like
next? No violence? No
Right, but then
violent
it was like,
lyrics. Don't say you're gonna
then,
punch him in the face.
but then it was like, all right, you get 30 seconds, you get 30 seconds. It was like no profanity, and like you can't rap about this, or this. It was like no political rhymes, no like sex rhymes, no hood rhymes. It's like, damn, like you're limiting what the person could rap about in just 30 seconds. Like this shit's not cool, bro. It was like 2007, 2008, something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm out. This
Yeah,
shit's not
but I still use a
it.
like Freestyle Friday though because it does take a special skill. It does make you know what I'm saying. Us being artists, you know, me and T, it does take a special skill to not talk about sexually explicit lyrics and profanity, and you really had to dig deep in your think tank to create some shit, especially if it's supposed to be freestyle. That's not easy.
It's not.
Yeah, man. So what did y'all think of the show tonight, though? Dynamite. What y'all think overall?
Overall, it wasn't terrible. Obviously, there's some shit they still need to tighten up on and work on. Like, for example, they had Miro and Thunder Rosa come back, and they pretty much left it at that. We really got no explanation as to why they were there. But overall, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't a bad show. I think last week's show was better,
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean this show was like bad. I wouldn't say it was bad either. I like how they trying to progress the four pillar match, the storyline with that match. I like that.
yeah.
That NJ Julia Hart match. I don't care if it was hardcore. That shit wasn't it for me. Like NJ is very green. I mean not NJ, Julia Hart. Julia Hart is greener than grass. She needs to go back to the dojo and work on that.
When you put somebody in the ring with somebody who is a little bit better, they're supposed to make you look good, but there's only so much that they can do. Like,
Hmm.
but honestly, Julia Hart in the ring, she needs work, but her character with the House of Black is actually hit. To be honest, I think she should stick to being a valet for now while simultaneously working in the dungeon. You know what I mean?
Me too. Yeah, before they put her on TV to wrestle, she needs to work on that shit because she was a little sloppy in that match.
Like the angle at the end, that was hot.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the show overall, Joe?
Crowd was hot. You know, Dynamite's been getting some good crowds lately. It always helps.
They always get
Wrestling.
hot crowds.
And sometimes
I
they have
think
a few so crowds, but yeah, I
at
like
least
the
they
I
weren't
like
quiet. At least they weren't quiet like that Jacksonville crowd was last night.
yeah.
Holy fuck, Jacksonville was quiet than a fucking mouse. Like, goddamn.
Well, yeah, I thought the show was good. Lots of good wrestling, good angles and stuff like that. I'm just ready to let's just move on to June. Let's just go ahead and get this Punk return over with. We'll see what Miro and Thunder Rosa are doing. It was weird seeing them again.
It is, but we did talk
So you don't
about
think it
this.
was a good enough? You don't think it was a good enough cliffhanger, T? Like well, especially
Oh
with,
yeah, yeah.
I think
No,
Thunder Rosa that cliffhanger that was a little like they could do a little better with that cliffhanger. Like give us something more. She just walked into Tony Khan office and okay, then now what? We gotta wait. We gotta wait till next week to figure out why she was in the office. Well, she's gonna be in the office all week.
yeah, that's what I
She's
that's
not
what
gonna leave the office till
yeah,
next
that's
Wednesday.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about though. That's the only issue I had. It was Thunder Rosa and Miro. Like we haven't heard a peep from Miro since he lost the TNT title to Sammy, and now they randomly come back.
Hmm.
But
Well, we know why. We know why they came back. They just have to explain it in story.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Everybody
they
wants
do
to.
you all know
Everybody
they
wants to
take
be a
that for
part.
that big bag, that Wembley bag.
Yeah, everybody wants to be a part of that Wembley payday. That's what it is.
we did talk about this one time, how Tony Khan wants to have all hands on deck for that Wembley event, which is not a bad move.
It's
Definitely
like we
not.
said. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, be careful what you wish for, because a lot of detractors have always said, AEW needs their own WrestleMania. This is it. This is going to be their WrestleMania. This is going to have, as of right now, it's looking like this could have more people there than WrestleMania did.
I
Um,
gotta figure out how I'm gonna watch this shit, man.
oh well, we got to figure out how the streaming service is going to work. It starts on May 23rd, and
Right.
TK did say he had an announcement next week, so I'm sure it'll be related to Collision. But I'm almost 1,000% confident that this show is going to be on Max, which I don't like the name. They should have just stuck with HBO Max, but whatever. So I
It's not
hope it's not a.
wait, it's
I
just
hope
it's, you said it's just Max.
that's what it's going to be called. Yeah, because it's a Discovery thing. The Warner Brothers Discovery merger, whatever.
Yeah,
They
everything
decided.
is merging with everything.
Yeah.
Everything is
So
merging with everything, and it's not, and their names sound stupid as hell. Like what?
yeah. So what is they're doing is HBO is merging with Discovery, which is stupid because HBO is the way bigger brand than Discovery, but the person in charge is the one that made that decision. So HBO is merging with Discovery. The merge is going to be official May 23rd. That's when it goes through. So HBO Max will become Max. And I don't know how it's going to work for people that are already subscribed. It's different depending on your service. That's why
Mm.
AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation got killed off, because Warner Brothers wants to have as much content as possible on the streaming service, which implies that AEW will have some type of uh, role as well on this service, which leads me to believe that we're probably going to get, just like how Peacock has like its own section for WWE. I believe that this new service will more than likely have a section for AEW. Again, this isn't a
That's
confirmation.
good.
Right. I know. Right. Right. This is not confirmed. This is just simply me speculating, just based off the fact that the shows were killed off for content reasons, and then Tony Khan just revealed that the company's got over $1 billion. That they got over $1 billion, and that's more than enough money for content creation. My only hope is that if AEW is on this streaming service, I hope it's not like how it is for UFC, because for UFC you got to pay to be a subscriber, but then you also got to pay extra for their shows. I don't like that.
Yeah,
Whereas
UFC be charging over hundreds of dollars, and that's just to watch and that's before you watch
right.
the main show.
And that's the big concern for WWE too, because of WWE and the UFC Endeavor deal, because they asked Nick Khan, like, hey, are you guys interested in having a pay-per-view tier system, which would mean that you would pay for Peacock to have the service, but then you would also have to pay for a Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. And Nick Khan said that he wasn't against it, which concerns some people. But as I understand
Yeah,
WWE's
they
current deal,
definitely gonna lose money than get money. Like, don't be greedy, you idiots. You got a
right?
good thing going with the network.
Well, the good
Nick,
news is we don't got to worry about that anytime soon, because WWE's current deal with Universal NBC, aka Peacock, it doesn't expire until the end of 2025, going into 2026. So we don't got to worry about that for another 2.5 years, 3 years, whatever, like that. So that's my only fear. Is I hope that if AEW is on a streaming service, which it sounds like it will be, I hope it's okay. You pay for the service, and if you pay for the service, they're doing a pay per view. If you're already paying for the service, you don't got to pay anymore. Just like how Peacock is, that's how it should be. I don't, because if it's going to be like, okay, we got to pay more to watch a show, then I don't know. I don't like that. So,
Pick up the
Yeah,
phone.
especially if it's not fucking worth it.
mhm.
exactly. The
Hey,
prop.
just pick up the phone and watch the.
Shit. Anyways, what did you think about the show overall, Scott? I know this is a silly question. I already know what you're gonna say, but I'll ask you
Uh,
anyway.
I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be no home run, so I wasn't surprised when I seen the wackiness. I'm just gonna give it to about I say what time is it? Give it to about 12 o'clock tomorrow, so I can see what Jim Cornette got to say about this match. Because
Oh
oh
god.
No, but
my
what do
god,
you think though? What do you think? What do you think of the show tonight, Dynamite?
not my cup of tea. It's just I'm trying to get into some of these wrestlers, but it's just not it for me. One, I think it's stupid of what they do with Wardlow. I think what they do with the TV title is, I mean, the TNT title is just dumb. They might as well just turn the international title into the secondary title belt because
Yeah, Cassidy's
that
putting in that work.
Yeah,
that
Cassidy's been
is
killing
just
it.
trash.
Well, it is now. It is a secondary title now.
By
And
default.
then and then and then you got these wrestlers who could be the number one guy, but they just like, come on. Some of us want to see Christian do a little bit more than just talk promos and walk
But
around with a
he's
big
still hurt.
dinosaurs.
do you
Christian is
want
still hurt.
No,
do
he's
you
not hurt.
want him do you want Christian to win that TNT belt next week if he's
No,
fighting
I
against
don't. I don't want Christian with no secondary title. If you're gonna use someone like him, put him in the main event.
Nah,
Let
man. I
let
love
him.
Christian, but he can't be a world champion at this point. Even he would admit that much.
Yeah,
well
like
Why
he
not?
only had
Christian's
well
the
he
past.
only
We need
well
new
Why
blood
not?
at the top of the tier.
The
Christian
world
only had
champion don't even.
one shot at the world title, didn't he? He only had it once and he didn't win it.
As a matter of fact, like I said from before, Christian beat Omega clean when Omega was at his peak out here in the States. He was the first one to do it. As a matter of fact, he was the first one to beat
A,
Omega clean when he was at his greatest out here.
man, AEW can do so many things to make us feel good for at least 30 minutes of our life. You know
I just
what?
think guys like Edge and Christian, they're using the time they have left to put over new guys. Now, if you want to put a secondary belt on them, that's fair, but I don't think either of them are going to be interested in being a world champion at this point.
Yeah, they
Why don't
had their
they?
time.
Man,
Yeah.
check this out. Why don't wrestling do something that's, you know what I like about ECW? Even though it was for a short brief time. Remember what ECW did to Tommy Dreamer?
Oh God,
No,
not
you
a
know what I'm
damn
talking about,
thing.
R.
That dude, he was a glorified bum. I ain't gonna lie. I'll give Bummy Dreamer this. Now
Tommy Dreamer, I
when
thought
he
Tommy
had
Dreamer.
who was that? Francine and no, it's not Francine. Was it Beulah McGillicuddy and that Japanese chick? I think it was Kimono Wanale. I think it was. He said, "I'll take them both. I'm
I'm
hardcore."
hardcore.
Now that was badass.
No, but
Other
what
than
I'm talking
that
about
dude
is,
Bummy Dreamer's a joke.
remember when Taz dropped the title to Tommy Dreamer, even though Tommy Dreamer lost the title like 10 minutes later?
To
Why
just
hasn't
incredible. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Man, that's the
about.
that's the coolest name ever, man. That's
He
not
lost
just
it to
amazing.
he
That's
lost
just
it to
incredible. Oh my
Now
gosh.
that
yeah.
was my God. Just
Now
incredible was
he had now Just Incredible was a fantastic heel on ECW, and
yeah.
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
where
people
he
really
got.
didn't like him though around that time. A lot of people thought he was a bummy champion. And I never got that heat. I never got it. Like you don't like Just Incredible, why not? Like people liked him more when it was him and Lance Storm with the Impact players. People liked him more then.
Well, here's the thing. They hated him ever since. They hate him for the fact that he's the one that took Tommy Dreamer's 5 minutes of glory.
But
The
that
reason
was
why I'm
the point of his character, wasn't it?
I understand that, but there's just some people. There are some wrestlers that let them have their moment, and fans will not forgive you. when you take it away.
Just Incredible. You know who reminds me of Just Incredible? Actually,
Who?
Trinity. Trinity.
Trinity.
Trinity?
Hmm.
Which Trinity you talking about? Old school Trinity from TNA
No,
or
no, like Naomi. Trinity. Naomi.
oh,
Oh,
that's a
wait, why?
odd comparison.
Wait,
Yeah,
why?
that's weird. Trinity Fatu.
Yeah.
Why you say
You know
that?
why? Because they both got skipped.
Well,
Yeah,
Just
but Trinity,
Incredible
but
didn't really get skits.
He did get skipped, but not in the way you think. Because, like, when you were in ECW back then and when you were cooking, at some point, WCW or WWF came calling. Anybody that was anybody in ECW back then, like Raven, Taz, the Dudleys, Rob Van Dam, Dreamer, Malenko, Benoit, Eddie, Ray, Psychosis, anybody that was over in ECW at some point, they got a look by WCW or WWF. But Just Incredible, when he got his push, it was at the very end, like right before they died. And so it's like WCW died too. So WCW didn't come calling. And then the WWF didn't really want him either because look at the talent they had. They didn't need him. So he just sort of like got skipped over and he never really got his turn. And Naomi is kind of similar, because she got her big break in FCW, not NXT, but she wasn't part of that Divas era either. Like when you think of the Divas era, who do you think about? Like the Bellas, AJ Lee, Beth Phoenix, Melina,
Yeah,
Mickey James, Lay Cool. She came in like at the very end of that. She was doing the Funkadactyls thing, with Cameron and Brodus
right.
Clay and all that. But she wasn't really a real diva. But then she wasn't part of that NXT class either with Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, Bailey, Asuka, Shayna
Yeah, she
Baszler, all
did
those
come in
girls.
like at somewhat of an awkward time because she was like a valet for she's like a valet turned wrestler, a little bit
Yeah,
like Lana.
yeah. So she got skipped over. She never really got her turn. She wasn't a Vince McMahon project, but she wasn't a Triple H project either. She was just like in the middle. She never really had a shot. And there's still a few people on the roster that fit that, like the Miz. The Miz is it was brought up in that same period. Kofi, Xavier, Ziggler, Truth. That's about it though. Everybody else either is a Vince project or a Triple H project. So there's not that many left now. I could be
So I'm gonna
forgetting
be honest
somebody.
with you. Truth problem was he came in it. He was into wrestling at the wrong era. Because I'm gonna tell you, he would have made a hell of a champion. But he's over 50 years old now, and he still looks phenomenal. But um,
I think he could still go
yeah, he can
he
still
Yeah.
go.
can.
Hmm.
Wasn't he? Wasn't he the NWA World Champion twice though?
twice. Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
first ever black one too. Hmm.
Um, you want to make me a fan of AEW? Let Tony Khan do something what I think should have been done decades ago, which is only right. Let Dustin Rhodes have his moment.
Like what? What do you mean? You
to
want him to
who
be a?
beat
You want him to?
MJF?
He can
You
still
want him to
go.
be a champion?
Yes, even if it's for 30 days.
You want
Isn't he
him to be the
retiring this
world?
year?
Yeah, I heard.
I
I heard that rumor. I heard that rumor.
how
He's
many
going to be
people
retiring soon.
who else is more deserving of a world heavyweight title than Dustin Rhodes out of his entire career?
But
You
you
don't
really
get him.
book him to beat MJF because MJF is supposed to be that guy right now, the one that's supposed to take the company into the future.
Why not? Because
I
this
think
is what
I
I
think there's
this,
there's money in the idea of a Dustin or a Sting having a career versus title match against MJF.
Have him finish the story just to be
Oh
just to
no,
be petty.
no, really. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Dustin Rhodes is one of those wrestlers you be like, how the fuck this man never had a title?
So you would book him to beat MJF,
Absolutely.
which would more or less be a copycat of what Cody Rhodes is trying to do.
When could he have realistically been world champion though? What, 95, 96?
Yeah, I heard he was supposed to be. There was a rumor out there he was supposed to be Undertaker for the belt.
I heard that Vince wanted to push him harder, but he did it because of all the chants he was getting. Because you can't find it on Peacock because they edited it out. But I know for a fact when he was doing Goldust and like especially that angle with Ahmed where he kissed an unconscious
Yeah,
Ahmed, I know for a fact that fans were chanting faggot at him, and they
yeah,
had
they
to edit the
was. I
shit
remember
out.
that shit. I remember all that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. He had to get like security to escort him from the building, like in certain areas, because he was getting like death threats from like people and shit. So Vince didn't
Plus
want to push
you
him.
add in, plus you add in
Yeah,
the fact that he also had his addictions too, which also slowed him down.
he
Fuck
could have
Shawn
that.
been
Michaels had
champion.
an addiction. He
Right,
was on
Yeah,
Cream
exactly.
too.
yeah.
That was
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels' middle fucking name.
He probably could have been a
but you
champion.
know they have their favorites when it came to Sean. Sean was a favorite. Come
I
Yeah,
on
think he
now.
could
because
have been champion in like 96, 97, because his whole thing was having gold, right? Remember when he had made the Intercontinental Belt gold? That was cool. That could have
Yeah,
worked. Yeah.
when Vince had to really push the idea onto Dustin to come in as Goldust. And when he came into the meeting dressed up as Goldust, you would think Vince McMahon busted an entire load in that office. They said, "We got him. We got the next big star." I'm just saying, ah,
He's probably the most underrated character in WWF history. Everyone talks about Taker and Kane, but Goldust is up there too. Yeah.
I think he's the most underrated wrestler of all three eras. Because if you think about it, think about this. What other wrestlers you know that wrestled in the 80s, 90s, 10, 2000, 2010, and is still going in 2020? The man does not slow down.
he actually gets
Out,
Honestly,
better. That's the crazy. I'll
outside
admit,
of
it's like he
the
gets
only other
better,
the only
Yeah.
other person
honestly,
I can
that
think of is Jeff Jarrett.
that
and he
match that
Oh,
gets
he had with
worse.
oh nah, hell no.
Jerry
that
gets worse.
Jeff Jarrett does not get better with age at all.
no,
He
Jeff
knows how to
Jarrett just
draw
needs
heat,
to
though.
stick to
I'll give him
booking.
that.
That's it. Yeah, he knows how to
It's not
book
good
matches.
heel
That's it.
heat.
It's X Pac heat.
It's X Pac Baron Corbin get off my television heat, bro.
Oh. We got an update on Baron Corbin. He won't be Corbin for long.
Why? Because he's
If
about to
you
retire.
No, I don't know if it's too late, but he wants to bring his lone wolf gimmick back.
realistically, he should have never lost that.
He's
And he
got to
has
grow his
no
hair back,
choice.
bro.
He did
He
everything.
had
This
no
motherfucker
choice.
was a manager, a king, a fucking a bootleg detective.
He was a general manager.
Yeah, like he was.
Well,
He has no other characters left. What is he gonna be next? A fucking astronaut?
here's the thing: we can't be mad at Baron Corbin for what he did. You know why? Hold on, sorry.
Yeah. And if he hit me with
Baron
that guitar, I will sue that dude for everything he has.
Baron Corbin Baron Corbin shaved his head to donate it for cancer. So that was the reason why he got rid of the lone wolf character. He took his hair,
I
donated.
just think he's just not that guy. He's a mid card guy, and that's okay. And it's like every time WWE tries something with him, it's like you could be using this to give somebody else a shot. After so many years, it's like, dude, you're not the guy. That's why I
Well,
said
here's the
back then it was dumb for him to be the guy to retire Kurt Angle, because it's like, bro, Kurt Angle is one of the greatest of all time. So if you're gonna retire Kurt Angle, at the very least, man, you need to at the very least be at least a world champion once. And it was like once it became apparent that wasn't going to happen, I was like, yeah, they fucked up.
Well, the fans didn't want Baron Corbin to be nothing but Lone Wolf Corbin, not Happy Corbin, not Bum Corbin, or was it called Sad Corbin? I don't know what the hell.
It was
Bum
bum
ass
ass
Corbin or whatever.
Corbin.
It'll always
Oh.
be Baron Corbin. It don't matter who he
Corbin.
transition to. It's always Baron Corbin.
Baron
Forever.
Corbin, well, he'll always be the dude that wrestled Apollo and told him to go back to Ring of Honor when he was never in Ring of Honor. That was fucking hilarious. I laughed my ass off. When he
You
said that.
fucking moron.
Oh my god.
Shit. But anyways, about to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Friday, we're gonna do this again. Wrap up the wrestling week. You already know the vibes. Thanks for pulling up, guys.
Yes, sir.
All right. Enjoy your night. We up off this B. Peace out, motherfucker. Ow.